Hey guys, Matty Miller here, Pursuit Real Estate. And today we're going to talk about a topic that when you're a buyer, you're going to need to learn a little bit about, but that is what to expect from home inspections. So we're going to dive into what it means for a buyer and a little bit of what it means for a seller here in just a minute. All right, guys. So today we're talking about home inspections and what they can possibly do for you. When you go to purchase a home, you are going to do a home inspection. Do you have to? The answer is no. And is any agent worth their salt going to strongly urge you to do it? Yes, you should, and it can save you thousands upon thousands of dollars. And we're going to talk about why and what that looks like. So, one breakdown too is some people think inspections, they think appraisals. They don't know the difference between the two. Inspection is actually a certified home inspector that has a license. They know what they're looking at. They know codes, all the things that they're on residential properties that need to be done. Appraisals are what the bank uses to see the value of the home. So two different things. So I just want to make sure that the distinguishing between the two is very cut and dry. Home inspection, making sure the home is functional, things are working properly. And let's talk about things that are working properly. What are they looking for when they go into a home inspection? So these guys are certified inspectors. A lot of them have been in the construction trade throughout the years, so they have some knowledge of what's going on with homes, but they're going to be looking at roofs. They're going to be looking at HVAC systems, plumbing and electric, doors, windows, any type of moisture issues inside the home. Basically, the functional things we call a 4-point inspection, which is basically your roof, your HVAC, plumbing, and electric. We're going to look at all those things and then also break down everything else inside the house between your appliances, your drainage potentially. They can scope sewer lines. They do a lot of those things to make sure that the house is functional once you buy that home and move in. So that's what they're looking at. Also looking at, the age of things, age of water heaters, age of air conditioning. So they're going to basically break that down and say, hey, this HVAC is 16 years old. It might need to be replaced soon. It doesn't mean that necessarily the seller has to replace it, but it does mean that you're going to have to do it at some point. So you can use that as a negotiating tool. So a couple little things, and the report's kind of your leverage. So if you get a home inspection report and it comes back with a cracked foundation or a failing roof or something along those lines, those are pretty big ticket items that could cost anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 to $30,000, maybe even more, depending on the size of the home. You can ask for a credit to fix it yourself. That's what you can also do, or you can ask for the seller to fix it. And in a lot of situations, especially in this current market, sellers are going to be willing to fix those things. Once you have that report from a certified inspector, you can basically go and renegotiate your current deal that you have to be able to make sure that the property is exactly what you want it to be and everything is up to snuff and you don't have to worry about those things. The sellers, on the other hand, they see home inspections as complete crap, or hey, I'm not doing that because my house is fine, or whatever. They are going to have more of an emotional decision based on that. But at the same time, in this market, they don't really want to put the house back on the market because a back on the market status insinuates that a deal fell apart. And that could be a red flag for more potential buyers. So sellers, if you're a seller, you should definitely look at negotiating with that buyer so you don't have that happen to you. Within reason, deals fall apart occasionally. There are things that do happen, but at the same time, you understand what you should negotiate and what you shouldn't. But a good real estate agent is going to know exactly what you can and can't really negotiate, and they're going to find out what those things are. So lastly, what does an inspection cost? So inspections typically are going to be anywhere from $300 to $700, depending on how big the house is. Depending on if you need to do a wind mitigation report, which is a whole nother report that saves you money on your insurance to make sure that, again, in Florida, we have hurricanes. You got to have hurricane tie downs, things like that. We'll get that all broken down as well. So you can there's add-on inspections to those. 4-point is for insurance. That's a specific type of form that basically insurance companies need to be able to bind the insurance policies. So there's 3 different kinds of inspections. There's your standard home inspection. You have a 4-point. And you have a wind mitigation. That's pretty typical in our market. So those are the things you need as a buyer, and that's going to help you save money on your insurance, get everything squared away, and figure out what you need to get done on the house. And the last one is the wind mit, and that's basically, again, saving money on that. So wind mit, 4-point, general inspection. Most of all, kind of one of those things, definitely want to get a home inspection so you can negotiate. You definitely want to get a home inspection, again, because if you don't get a home inspection, and all of a sudden you have something that's a problem down the road, whether it's a foundation crack, whether it's plumbing issues, things like that, that can cost you up to $10, $20, $30,000. A home inspection is $600 on average, $500 on average. It's definitely worth to do it. So if you guys have any questions about home inspections, what it means for you, how to use them in negotiating, please let me know. My name is Matty Miller with Pursuit Real Estate, and happy buying.